Can we talk about your brother's bucks, the doll hairs thing?
Yeah, my brother. My brother, who by the way is very upset.
I don't know how many of you are longtime listeners, but his brother Bones, he's a recurring character on the show.
Not anymore because I read some of his emails. We had Adam read some of his emails. And he was very. I understand completely. I'm not complaining about my brother being offended by how I talk about him, because my goal is to make fun of him when I talk about him. Like I'm squeezing him like a sponge. I'm trying to get joy for other people out of him. I don't. He's had enough. He doesn't get any more from me. I want something from him. And he's my big brother, so you get to think about him like that.
I challenge him to fly out from wherever he is to come to Hollywood, California, and be on the show, live on stage. Hey, everybody. You hear that, Bones, you pussy? They're calling you out. They're calling you out, you pussy.
He can stay at your place, man.
I got a couch. Bones, you're staying with me.
Maybe he'll try to convince you he invented peanut butter and jelly.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's standard.
I get to tell people about that. He doesn't get to be mad if your brother tries to convince you he invented peanut butter and jelly when you're kids. When you're 39 and you tell people about that, like he doesn't get to be mad. Whatever, he can be as mad as he wants. I don't care.
That's adorable big brother, stuff. Yeah, you get to do that.
Anyways, why did we bring him up? What?
Doll hairs.
One time, that doll hairs thing. I go like, hey, I'll give you $20 if you run into the traffic, and then the little brother does it, and then the big brother says, I said doll hairs. So my brother did that to me once, and I was like, okay, all right. My brain grew a little bit. I was like, all right, note to self, like keep a little leprechaun file if it seems too good to be true, ... and all that. Add a little serotonin connection to the concept of currency and possible wordplay. And so one time he said, like, I don't remember what the dare was, like, go jump over that prickly plant or something. Stupid. Like, what are we, Brer Rabbit? He said, I'll give you $100. And I said, and I was a little precocious little kid, so I went, yeah, right. I know that means male deer. Like he's gonna give me 100 male deer. But I was running through. I was like, okay, let's figure this out.
In the Old West, that would have been worth like $5,000.
And he said, no, I'm not gonna give you male deer. I said bucks. I'm gonna give you $100. And I was like, okay, bucks. Then nothing. Like, okay. And I jumped over the thing, whatever it was. And then he grabbed me. And he kind of started humping me and said, bucks is short for butt fucks. Now, if he heard me telling that story, he'd get in a big huff. And I mean, he was probably 12. I mean,
he would say it didn't happen.
Right.
He would impugn your memory of that.
Why would I make that up? And he was especially livid about this insinuation that I had concocted that he would put a tube sock on his dick and balls and let the sock hang down and be like naked, and he'd run into the living room when my mom was there and be like, and my mom would go, stop it. And so he wrote in his email, he was like, what the fuck are you making shit? Like, what are you fucking like? People pay you to make up shit like this? Like, kind of like really trying to high road me and like make me feel like I'm... And I said, I have a Polaroid of you doing it. Like, I literally have photographic evidence in my home of you. I think Mom took the Polaroid because you're standing with your hands on your waists like a superhero with a sock on your cock. And then in his next response he was like, this is starting to sound a little gay. You got pictures of me naked of that like just dipping and dodging and like just own the fucking sock thing. Who cares? Anyways. What was the God damn it? Also, he said, and then he said in the same email, he said, and I did it years before the fucking Chili Peppers. because I mentioned it. I said, I think that the Chili Peppers did it too, and he bothered to. It's like, you gotta pick a flag, man. Like that one I like that. Be a big brother like that. Like
I'm an innovator.
I did it way before fucking Chili Peppers. I was like, hey man, all right, yeah, you know what? I will put a corrections section in my. I don't think I implied that the Chili Peppers did it first, by the way. And we could talk about this all day, but. His indignance was, kind of shut things down. He successfully made me feel bad for making him the butt of my
It's
jokes.
like Behind the Music, except he's not in a band.
And when I put myself in his shoes, I fully support his right to be emotionally offended, pissed off, frustrated, irritated, whatever.
Which is why I challenge him to come to California.
I was offering him,
himself.
I was giving him the heads up and saying, anything you write in an email back in response, I'll have Adam read that too, and try to get your revenge. I'm not saying that's fair, but it's like what I'm offering, and then he was saying you should, it takes more than that, man. And I was like, what do you want? I don't like him. It's like he wanted me to get him I don't know. I just felt like it was moments from asking for a truck or something.